Thanks, Carly. A big renovation project is happening right now at one of the most historic sites in the Northwest. Fort Vancouver was essentially an outpost of the British Empire and the colonial capital of the Northwest. Its story an essential part of where we live. We know Fort Vancouver for one of the largest 4th of July fireworks displays in the West. The reconstructed fort now undergoing renovation of its wooden palisade and the roof of the fur warehouse.
We want to be sure that we are preserving our heritage.
Fort Vancouver was the center of commerce in the Pacific Northwest in the early to mid-1800s.
It really has everything to do with the Northwest as we know it today.
Established around 1825, it was headquarters for Britain's Hudson's Bay Company, an international conglomerate involved in the Northwest's lucrative fur trade.
This was all about men's fashion for hats, and specifically for beaver.
It's why Oregon is the beaver state, since Fort Vancouver was part of the Oregon Territory back then. Dr. John McLaughlin of Quebec, known as the Father of Oregon, ran the outpost for years. He retired to Oregon City. McLaughlin Boulevard is named after him. Hudson's Bay Company was into everything from logging to commercial fishing to agriculture, controlling thousands of acres of land. The fort burned to the ground in 1866 after the British left, but while U.S. and Britain were still squabbling over who owned it. Today, Fort Vancouver is a national park, reconstructed much as it looked in the 1800s. Millions of historical artifacts, from British ceramics to gentlemen's pipes, are still being found here. And students come here to learn Northwest history, much of it based right here at Fort Vancouver. Well, Fort Vancouver will stay open while the work on the Palisade is being done. It'll be done sometime late summer. And you know, the giant fence was not primarily for protection, but it was the area's first gated community. The wealthy people of the Hudson's Bay Company lived inside the fort. Everybody else, including employees and servants, lived outside in the surrounding areas.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, it's quite the site. It really is. And they preserved it pretty much as it looked back then.
Yeah.
You know, not all of the buildings that were in operation have been recreated, but most have, about half.
Very cool, Ken. Thank you very much.
Time now.